Hey everybody, it's me, Zach. This is Judy, and welcome back to our channel. Okay everybody, today, I've been on many journeys on this channel. In particular, most recently, I've been on a carrot journey, which I don't really want to talk about, but feels relevant to discuss in this moment. And for like a day, I was on an apple journey, okay? Life is hard. Life is hard. But in the apple journey video, some people pointed out that in my bowl of apples, I was maybe not being super honest, and that's not something I really like to admit. Folks who called me out, I think Willow Davis called me out, I think a number of people called me out, and they said, Zach, it looks like there is a potato in that bowl of apples. And I said, you know what? You're right. You're right, and it's time to come clean that actually this entire time I've been on a potato journey, okay? I love potatoes. I love sweet potatoes. All the French fries, tater tots, baked potatoes, mashed potatoes. Potatoes have just like really served me well in this lifetime. And because I'm on a potato journey, I want to introduce you to my newest, most favorite potato. This is my new most favorite potato. This is the new dog that Noel and I recently adopted. His name is Potato Hash Browns. That's his full name. But we have taken to just calling him Poe as well. We adopted him from the same rescue that we got Miss Judy Lou Who from back there. Some of y'all have pointed out as well that he has been sneaking into some videos, and I've just mostly held off a little bit on sharing him on the channel, although those were unintentional. The first time he was in a video, I didn't even realize that he had jumped up behind, and I said, listen, I'm not gonna refilm this whole video just because he snuck into the background. And then the second time I just thought it was funny. But I didn't want to necessarily share. I wanted to make sure he had time to like adjust and make sure that he was a good fit. What I would have hated to do is like introduce him on my channel and then like say that I had to take him back to the rescue because he didn't get along with Judy or something like that. But thankfully, like, we put in a lot of time and energy and still have some time and energy to put into it. But he seems to be a good fit for our home. He is very different than Miss Judy Lou Who. We found him, like, I had been keeping tabs in general on various rescues here in Chicago, and the rescue that we got both of our dogs from, Lead, I have followed ever since we adopted Judy from them. They're a pretty small rescue in terms of like what rescues might look like in Chicago. There's some that are like really big, like the biggest one is called Paws, that's pretty well known here in Chicago. So I did not, it's hard to get in with them. In fact, it's kind of hard in general during the pandemic to find stuff and dogs available and things like that because everybody's like, oh, we're at home, we have time. So we had been looking for a while, but it's been a pretty casual search. For the longest time, Noel and I joked about getting a dog and naming it Potato. Like, the two types of dog names that I love in the world are like people names for dogs, aka Judy, and then just like inanimate object names for dogs, so like Potato. We joked about how funny it'd be and how we could call a dog like our little sweet potato or little tater tot or little mashed tater. So we were looking around casually and Lead posted that there was a dog named Hash Browns, aka this guy right here. And I was like, this is a sign, this is a sign. So I looked and they talked about how like he might do well having another dog in the house with him. He was like pretty much like well house trained, which like wouldn't be a deal breaker, but was like a positive. And so I was just like, hey, I'm gonna put it in an application with the folks that that gave us Judy and hope for the best. And they actually emailed me back and were like, oh, I'm sorry, like Hash Browns is already accounted for, but we'll let you know if anything changes or if other options pop up. And I was just like, oh, what a bummer. Like, I was so looking forward to it. He seemed so sweet from what they had posted. They do like really good descriptions on their websites to give a good, clear picture of kind of like what you're getting into. So, you know, it was disappointing, but like I also had been denied by a lot of dogs I'd applied for. Like we've just been casually looking and applying for like maybe the past 3 to 4 months. So this was not necessarily something new to me or anything like that, like the getting rejected situation. And it's particularly also harder for Noel and I in particular because we have to look for more hypoallergenic or allergy friendly. I know there's no such thing really as a hypoallergenic dog, but certainly Shih Tzus are better for people with allergies, and also Yorkies, which is what Potato here is. Yeah, so we were just minding our own business, and I got an email back from Lead, and they were like, hey, we would like to set up some time for you to come meet little Potato. And by Potato, they called him Hash Browns. And I was like, okay, great, wonderful, wonderful. So it happened so quickly. We got together, we picked a day to go find them. I'll put in a little picture of the day that we met them. We had to take Judy along, make sure that they were good together. And we went, and I will say at first I was a little hesitant because he has had a lot of energy. And let me be clear, he still has a lot of energy. I mean, y'all see Miss Judy Lou Who back there. This is her all the time. This is her constant energy level, energy state, her eternal being, okay? Now, this is actually pretty calm for him, but I also took him on like an hour-long walk this afternoon, so he's a little bit chilled out because he got some of that energy out. But he has way more energy. He's also 5 and she's 12, so that, you know, is part of it as well. But whenever we saw him, he was just like all over Judy. He was very excited to see her. And he seemed a little bit nervous by like the new people, but the rescue suggested that that's just like how he is in general. It's just like when he's first getting accustomed to a place. And he also was staying with a different foster family at the time than what he had been with once they had like first brought him in. So he was just adjusting to a whole lot of stuff. But overall, he seemed to be a really good fit. We really liked him. He was super sweet. And we brought him home. We brought him home that day. It was kind of wild how quickly it all happened, especially because we didn't think that he was even going to be an option, really, truth be told. So that was very exciting for us. We brought him home, and he just like, for real, was antagonizing Miss Judy Lou Who. He was trying to hump her a lot, and he was like poking her with his nose. He was like not giving her a break, and she was just like, oh, you could tell in her face, she's like, Dads, what are you doing? What are my parents doing to me? And we're like, oh, Miss Judy Lou Who, I promise it's gonna be okay. And then the next day, Judy woke up and she said, I need to remind these folks that I'm the queen here. And so she started kind of like asserting her dominance. I want to say dominance because it's clear now that neither of them is like trying to really reign over this home, but she was just like, I need to let him know that he can't just mess with me and antagonize me. And so, you know, like one day he climbed up into that chair, and it was clear Judy didn't even want to sit there, but she climbed up and scooted him on out, and then she proceeded to just jumping off the chair. So it's cute. I think now they've moved into just like, we're gonna tolerate each other. But I feel like eventually the two of them will get closer and play a bit more. But he also just has like way more energy to play and things like that than Judy has the time for, to be quite honest with you. But he also had a lot of nervous barking at the beginning, which was another thing I was a little nervous about. At least as it stands right now, Noel and I live in an apartment building. So, you know, a barky, yappy dog is maybe not the best for our neighbors, and really truly wasn't the best for us. Like the first night, he just barked a lot. We honestly did not get a lot of sleep. So if you go back to like some of my Sims videos that I had made, and even maybe some of the videos on this channel, and I seemed real tired, it was because this guy had kept me up. But he's gotten much better at that too. We got him a cute little doggy bed. They had said that he had been like crated and stuff before, and he did fine with that. For us, there's really no reason for him to be crated, because like I'm even once things return to normal, I'm still gonna be here working from home for the most part. So, you know, I don't really see a need to crate him, but we did get him a little like enclosed bed that he loves to go in and curl up in at night and hang out. We also got Judy a new bed because she was really due for one anyways. So, you know, we did some upgrading of our pet supplies and trying to, oh, he just heard the, hey, it's okay. I know some people are gonna be like, oh, why did you change his name and why did you do this? Well, the thing is that the rescue we got both of them from, they have a philosophy that they give every dog a new name and new chance, but the reality is that he does not really respond to any name yet. So we're gonna be working on some training. We're currently trying to find just like a professional trainer, because I would just feel better investing in that to get him to really, you know, behave and do the things that you want dogs to do. But like I said, the largest issue is really just his occasional barking. So once we get that under control a little bit and he starts responding to his name and commands and things like that, you know, I think he's gonna continue to be a great addition to our family. Yeah. But yeah, I know a lot of people have been asking about him and had spotted him here and there and were curious about him. So I just wanted to share. I know whenever I first got Judy and made a video about her, I was like, oh, she probably won't be in videos a whole lot, but will maybe also be in videos, because at the time I lived in a studio apartment, so it's like, where is she gonna go? And now she's in like all of my videos. I don't know about him. He's a little less, like this is the longest he sat still for a long time, and it's probably just because I'm holding him, honestly. Like this is no issue for Judy. She just goes up there and she chills, right? Like she doesn't have a problem whatsoever, but he has a lot more energy. So it's hard to say that like he'll have a permanent place in the channel or anything like that. But he certainly might occasionally make an appearance. Obviously my channel's not really about either of my dogs, but I know a lot of people have grown to really love Miss Judy Lou Who, as I do as well. So he might occasionally pop up here and there, and obviously if he barks and things like that, you might see him as well. So I think that might be it. I'm sure people have a lot more questions, and I will try to answer them if I can. But I love him. Did I mention we call him Poe for short? I don't know if I did or not, but that's a thing we do too. So if you just want to call him Poe, P-O, that's fine. You know, whatever you might want to do, go for it. And I feel like I didn't finish telling that story about how they change all their dogs' names because they believe. I probably did. I don't know, this video is kind of a mess because I didn't really plan anything out. I mostly was just like, oh, I'm gonna get on camera and introduce the new pup. I hope everybody's happy with it. Yep, that's all I got. That's all I got, but we're so happy to have him, and I know y'all are probably happy for me as well, so I appreciate it if y'all are. This is probably it for a while though, folks. I probably couldn't do more than 2 dogs. This is probably it. Anyways, that's all I have time for today, I think. I don't know. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it answered some questions for those of you that were wondering if this is your first video. It feels like a weird video for it to be your first, but if it is, please feel free to subscribe down below, hit the bell button, get notifications, leave me a comment, click like, click share, and follow me on all of my social media. I had so much fun with y'all today. I hope you did too, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.